Good morning. So we're here at Small Cells World Summit at the SpiderCloud stand, and joining me this morning is Art King. Art, good morning.
Good morning, Grant.
Big buzzword in the mobile industry at the moment is NFV, and I was wondering if you could tell me a bit about what role it is that NFV plays within Small Cell.
So within the small cells world, an NFV is the ability to offer a edge service, essentially instead of installing a piece of hardware, you end up taking a virtual machine to deliver that same function inside the network. With the SpiderCloud architecture, we have a cloud of radios inside a building that's supported by one services node. And within that services node, our product development team decided very early on that we would put a processor on board for future use. And as you can see with the ETSI MEC initiatives, the Mobile Edge Computing and NFV, all the planets are coming into alignment where that processor has a lot of value at the edge of the architecture that our people foresaw, and it's emerging right now.
Mm-hmm. And how does this fit within the wider mobile architecture? Can you explain a little bit about that?
Yeah, so within the wider mobile architecture, there's been cloud data centers, and there's certain applications and functions that either make sense to be decomposed to the edge of the architecture inside an enterprise office building, and there's unique services that can be applied in the enterprise office building that really provides a whole new kind of revenue opportunity for the operators, and also potential service opportunities and a way for the enterprises to shape how they spend capital and how they spend money with, special services bought from the operator instead of trying to do it themselves.
And you've mentioned services. I mean, value-added services is a big thing. I was wondering if you could tell me a wee bit about what you're talking about here.
Sure. So in the enterprise space, there's things like let's talk about McAfee and what we're doing with Intel. So in the enterprise space, there's compliance-related issues of bad content that people can display on a screen, and that kind of content might be offensive to someone looking over their shoulder.
Yeah.
And so what happens at times is people go to work and they turn off Wi-Fi so that they can get to other things from the outside world. And we're working with McAfee to be able to offer a NFV firewall in our platform to be able to apply a compliance policy to work within the legal framework that the enterprise has within their building. And yet, because we're not installing any software on the mobile device, you can walk to the outside world and your mobile device functions normally. So it's really a great way for the enterprise compliance officers and security officers to have just a little bit of control, but yet not have the need to actually deploy software and buy a lot of packages.
You've talked a lot about offering content at the edge. I was wondering why is this so critical? I mean, why not focus on the traditional cloud data center?
The cloud data center has a big part to play, but for things like repeating content where you've got a company video that you want to play, that everyone will play when they come in the building, it's very nice to be able to serve that from the edge instead of hitting the backhaul over and over again and pulling the same file from the mobile core. So it's really it's an efficiency and cost management kind of service that the operator has. And the other thing in the office buildings, what they're doing is pulling together analytics so that an enterprise network manager can kind of understand at a big picture level how they're consuming resources and kind of plan their utilization.
So always like to look ahead in the telecoms industry. So I was curious, what do you see that's going to be coming for the enterprise branch office?
In the enterprise branch office, what we see happening is the ability for an enterprise to buy all their services direct from the operator instead of building a lot of things themselves. So as we kind of go from a wireless enterprise to a mobile enterprise, you'd be able to get your internal enterprise voice services. You'll be able to get a lot of your data path and data services from the enterprise data center. And you'd be able to pick these services up directly from the mobile network instead of having to build your own infrastructure. By 2020, we're anticipating that the CapEx expenditures go from the 80% now in the buy, build, run model that the enterprises traditionally embrace to 80% OpEx, where they're buying a turnkey service from the operator and they're actually freeing up a lot of their salary dollars that they're spending on essentially, low-level infrastructure people, and reallocating those dollars to the high-value software people that add competitive business advantage to the corporations, and moving a lot of the infrastructure work over to turnkey from the operator.
Excellent. Art King, thank you very much.
Thank you, Ralph.